Hey everyone, this is Rod Reedy with Christian Principle. First, thank you all for coming by to check out what I have to offer. I've made this to assist people in budget preparation for the month. Many people have expressed to me how confusing it can be or how difficult it can be to actually create their budgets. So I decided to put this together to help out. So let's get started. I wanted to start with some general information around average household incomes. On this slide, I've listed 5 scenarios. I'm sure each of you will be able to identify yourself within one of the filing statuses. However, the adjusted gross income will surely vary across each household. Now, in comparison to the average household income, I wanted to also discuss the average household debt. As you can see, credit cards, mortgages, car loans, and student loans are a majority of the average household debt for the U.S. But this budget should be able to help all of us out in getting out of these terrible situations. So now to our client profile, Mr. Krabs. Okay, Mr. Krabs is single. He has an annual gross salary of $40,000. He has a monthly net salary, which is after taxes, of $2,520. After that, you can see his debt expenses, which consist of student loans at $30,000, an American Express credit card of $2,000, a Best Buy credit card at $3,250, a Dillard's credit card of $590, and a car loan of 15 grand, totaling his debt to a little over $50,000. So, believe it or not, this slide shows the most difficult part of creating a budget via my conversations with people. Actually, selecting the categories that you want to include in your budget. A lot of people don't want to take the time to examine their bank statements from the previous month to discover how much they spent on food or how much they spent on utilities and clothing and insurance and etc. So I've listed here 15 base categories that you can select your budget categories from. I've also done a blog post on the link below where I've expanded upon these budget categories that you can check out for extra help. So now we get to the action. This slide demonstrates the steps. I've broken them down into 6 steps on how to create your monthly budget. So step one, we're determining our monthly income. Step two, you'll select your budget categories. Step three, you will assign a dollar amount to each category. Or if you've never done this before, you can make your best guess. The reason you want to assign a dollar amount to every single category is because you do not want to just have money out there without an assignment. You want to get your dollar amount for the month down to $0. Step four, we want to total all of our expected expenses that we've listed. Step five will be getting your net cash flow. So to do that, you'll subtract all of your expenses from your income for the month. And then finally on step six, if you have a positive net cash flow, you can use that to apply to other things that you want to use your money for. Now, if you have a negative cash flow, then we have a whole nother problem that we need to discuss. So here is step one, gathering our income. So these steps will be based on the client profile that we have for Mr. Krabs. His annual gross income, again, is 40K, and his monthly net income is $2,520. You always want to use after-tax income for budgeting. There is no reason to use a pre-tax amount for your budgeting because you will surely encounter some inaccurate costs and expenses if you use the wrong number. So always use after-tax income for making your monthly budget. So here we are at step two, budget category selection. So Mr. Krabs has decided to select the following categories for his budget: giving, automobile, food, housing, utilities, insurances, and debt. And like I said before, I have a blog post where I've listed more categories off of these base categories. For instance, for food, I have groceries and dining out. For utilities, I've listed below it electricity, water, insurances. I have life insurance, car insurance. So if you go to that blog post, you'll be able to see more categories that you can select from to create your very own budget. On step 3, we just complete our budget worksheet. We select all of the categories we want to use and we assign a dollar amount to each category. So here's step 4. All we do is total all of the expenses from the budget worksheet on the previous slide, and his total expenses came out to $2,412. So here in step 5, we want to calculate our cash flow. So we discovered the monthly income from earlier. We've also discovered our total expenses. So now all we do is subtract the total expenses from the monthly net income. And we come out to having an excess of $108. So here in our final step, number 6, is our cash flow assignment. Below I have some options where you can use that excess $108 for. You can use it as an extra debt payment. You can deposit it into a savings account, deposit it into an investment account, or even save it for a special occasion, such as a Christmas savings, travel, or even a new car fund. So there you have it, a 6-step process to creating your own monthly budget. Now, if you guys have any other questions, I've listed my contact information from my Gmail, Facebook. I'm on Instagram, and I also have a blog website. I know some scenarios will vary among some of you. Everybody does not have a regular income. Some people have irregular incomes where they get paid differently throughout the month. If you guys have any questions, if creating your budget seems to still be difficult after this, please do not hesitate to contact me on any of the contact info that I have below. You can DM me, you can email me, and we can set up time even for a call if you would like. So thank you guys so much for checking this out. Don't hesitate to contact me. See you.